come to Dunkerque. So we're back in Dunkerque for the first stop of the Freestyle World Tour in 2024. Yeah, we're competing here at home, so with the French public is always special, but yeah, it's super cool and hope we go strong. It's one of the beautiful, most beautiful beach in north of France and maybe in France as well. And the event is also big with all the brands this year coming. There is a pro amateur contest as well. So I think it will bring more people, and this event is growing year by year to become one to remember.
Seasoned competitors from around the world reunited with their peers, while new faces promised to challenge their titles. The judging format lends itself to progression in the sport, as we are now seeing more technical difficulty. The riders take turns to perform their tricks one at a time compared to the past, when there was a fixed time limit. This means there's full attention from the judges, and the riders can focus on very demanding moves with a high level of execution. The freestyle kite judging format is more about the quality of a trick, rather than the number of tricks an athlete can do. The judges expected to see a good mix of tricks from the different families, all executed with power, height, and technical difficulty. Maneuvers with a greater degree of commitment and risk that showed control with clean landings were in turn rewarded.
So last year was the first time that we come up with a new trick list. Eventually, I'm very happy that we see new maneuvers taking the place. It's better for the riders to have a motivation to go. They risk their career way less, and we eventually exploring all their different aspects from all the freestyle, no? As it is.
Carlos Mario is ready for a busy season after taking some time off since winning the world title in Qatar back in December last year.
Minha preocupação maior era com a minha saúde mental, né? Como já tinha falado, passei por alguns problemas, ansiedade, pânico em avião. E a preocupação era poder voltar para casa e me cuidar bastante para se preparar para esse ano, se Deus quiser, poder viajar tranquilo. Eu coloquei na minha cabeça que eu quero fazer história no kite, né? Eu acho que eu já fiz história no kite por ser o único brasileiro com títulos mundiais, mas eu quero fazer história no mundo todo e talvez ser o único do mundo com mais títulos, né? E se Deus quiser eu vou conseguir isso. Eu tenho bastante força de vontade e sei que tem muita gente do meu lado me apoiando, na torcida e acreditando que eu tenho um potencial imenso para conseguir isso.
The men's quarterfinals saw the first competition upset, where Frenchman Valentin Garrett made a surprise resurgence in the last heat. After lagging behind, he landed an impressive 8.07 for his slim 7 trick, putting him back in the running. The local French crowd were cheering as Garrett went on to secure his place in the semifinal, along with current world champion Carlos Mario. Shock results continued in the semifinals, with competition at its fiercest between 15-year-old Finn Flugel, Valentin Garrett, Maxime Chablos, and Gianmaria Coccoluto. Garrett played an intelligent game while Chablos was nudging ahead, matching his high 8.43 score. Former world champion Coccoluto didn't look as comfortable as usual and gave way to Flugel, who slid into first place, followed by Chablos, and then Garrett in third. The scores remained tight, and the action was getting very tense. Each trick attempt left the crowd wondering how the positions might change. Coccoluto began to step up and was in a strong position on his 5th and 6th trick attempt, and the competition was right on the line. Coccoluto was almost ready to claim second place after Chablos and knock out Flugel, but crashed his last trick attempt, forcing him to exit the competition. In Heat 2 of the semis, Arthur Guillebert landed a solid Heart Attack 5 with an 8.77 score, the highest seen in the competition. Carlos Mario unfortunately suffered an injury that prevented him from challenging his lead and forced him to exit the competition. With Coccoluto and Mario out, it opened doors for the men's final. The action commenced with Matteo Dorotini, who had been training hard at home in Lake Garda, joining Finn Flugel, Maxime Chablos, and Arthur Guillebert, with Flugel starting big. You could see the hunger in his eyes as Flugel landed on the chop, and it was a smart move to lock down a toe-side trick at the beginning. Guillebert had some big moves in his pocket and grinned as he landed a nice dum-dum with his French fan club going wild. Chablos edged out into the lead, leaving Flugel hungry to catch up. Halfway through the heat, a crash from Chablos opened the door for Guillebert to slide into the lead. But Chablos took it back, leaving just 0.4 between them and one trick attempt to go. Guillebert needed to score a solid 6 points or above to take first position, which he'd shown he had in his portfolio. He went on to steal the win in front of an ecstatic crowd. Arthur Guillebert from France won on his home soil, with Maxime Chablos narrowly missing out by taking a very close second place, followed by Finn Flugel in third and Dorotini in fourth.
Yeah, I feel super good, super happy, proud to win here in France. That's my country, so I'm super proud. And yeah, it's not easy, but I managed to land all my tricks and yeah, take the victory.
In the women's quarterfinals, newcomer to the World Tour, Kajiya Lehmann secured a win against Nice Balbino, after previously missing out in round 1 against Bruna Kajiya, the current world champion. Having competed in the Junior World Tour, Lehmann demonstrated a promising future in her fight against returning pro Rita Arnaus in the semis. Having trained hard after injury, Arnaus was yet to put a foot wrong, not missing a trick, and on a winning streak that left her miles in front in the semifinal. Arnaus won by a landslide and secured a place in the women's final, together with Lehmann, for her very first competition. Heat 2 of the semis saw Kajiya streak ahead from the get-go, but left the door open for anyone to take second place. Italy's Francesca Bagnoli landed a clean 6.23 slim, firmly cementing her position, setting her up to push through to the podium. An unfortunate incident with a hydrofoil left her with a sliced kite, setting her back in her mindset, causing her to lag behind in the tense final. Meanwhile, Lehmann showed consistency with her tricks, which allowed her an advantage. Making her impressive comeback, Rita Arnaus showed months of rehabilitation were behind her after a strong performance. However, it wasn't quite enough against defending champion Bruna Kajiya, who steamed ahead, landing every trick and placing some high scores, including 7.17 points for a clean KGB. After a solid performance from the women, Kajiya won the final heat, with Arnaus placing second, an incredible achievement as her first event back. Kajiya Lehmann secured an impressive third place on the podium, with Bagnoli in fourth.
It felt great. Today felt great. Like, I worked a lot and I trained a lot, and winning here for the second time, like last year one here, this year one here, it means a lot to me. You know, these conditions with strong wind and chop might be a little bit harder, but I was confident and I was like, okay, I trained a lot, you put in the work, trust it, and just go. So one of the things that I told myself before I went out was like, you're not gonna crash any tricks on this final. You're gonna land every single one of them. And that's what I did. And I mean, that feels so good, you know, to have a go, put the work into it, and don't shy away when the time comes. So very happy.
Congratulations to all of the winners of the GKA Freestyle World Cup France 2024, and see you for the next freestyle kite stop in Brazil.